Today we're going to be working on a car. Got a chip in the paint here and a little scratch. And we're going to be using the Dupli-Color paint pen. It's a really simple process. On the end here you got a little scratch, a little sandpaperish type thing. You use this to just kind of scratch out any rust that's in there. Make it a little bit bigger. You just want to make sure you get all that rust. Kind of go along the edges. You kind of wipe it off. And then we got a scratch right here, and this scratch actually has some rust in it. So we're going to make sure we get all that rust out. I'm just going to scratch it real good. And we're actually going to make the scratch probably a little bit bigger, but we just want to make sure we get that rust. Because if we don't get that rust out, it'll just bubble up and come right back. So we've taken the pen, we've scratched out around the edges, we've got all the rust out. We're down to bare metal now, and you kind of see we've made this one here a little bit bigger, so now you can notice it a little bit better. So we're going to take a little rubbing alcohol. We're going to clean it, make sure we got all the rust and excess paint off. I like to use rubbing alcohol because you know it's going to dry fast. Not leave any moisture. All right. That's nice and clean now. So the next step, after you sand it, you're going to use the paint. So this pen has, on the bottom it's got your clear coat, and then top is your for scratching the paint off. Then your actual paint is right here. And so what you want to do is, it comes with a paint on it. You just want to rub all your excess paint off. You don't want a lot of extra paint. All right, got a little brush there. So you're just going to take it and just dab it. And it's okay if it's you actually want it a little bit higher than the original paint. And we're going to use a compound and try to buff that out. And when you buy the paint, this is a GM black paint. You just find the make and model and match it up best you can. It's not going to be a perfect match, but this is an older car and it's not worth taking to the auto body shop. All right, we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to come back and we'll use a rubbing compound and just kind of rub it out, and then we'll put the clear coat on it. The paint's dried. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use some Ultimate compound, just rubbing compound, and we're going to try to just flatten out the paint so you don't notice it so much. Oops. This takes a little bit. Just going to put on this little rubbing pad I got here, and we're just going to kind of rub it. We're just trying to smooth that out a little bit, and we're going to wipe it off. That part of the car is really shiny. This is my daughter's college car. I think she just comes home when she needs things repaired, like this. But that's basically it. You still see it, of course, but it blends in pretty good, and from a distance you can't see it. But that's all you do. Then we're gonna take, after you do that, you take the bottom off, and you're going to apply the clear coat. You just use a sponge. You just kind of go over where you put it. Then we're going to let that dry, and we'll do the same thing. We'll use a rubbing compound and just blend it in. All right, we put the clear coat on. The clear coat is dried. We're just going to take a little more rubbing compound. That was a little excessive. Blend it all in, just wipe it off, and that's the finished product right there. Like I said, I'm doing this for my daughter. She's going to go to college, so I'm kind of out of time. But if you want to spend a little extra time on it, you can just really get this really nice and level and smooth, and you wouldn't see it at all. You can still see it if you look at it, but from a distance you can't see it. And for now, this is going to protect it. It's not going to rust. That's it. So if this video helped you out, hammer that subscribe button. I'll leave a link below in the description of all the tools and products I used. And y'all just get out there and try this. It's easy. You can do it.